Hey guys, so this green Kaioken Goku is actually going to get a Zenkai Awakening today. So we're going to go ahead and break down what his kit will look like. And then we'll take a look at some of the new equipment we're getting as well in terms of the start of the Frieza Saga episode campaign. We know that the yellow Final Form Frieza is getting a unique equipment today. So I do have this guy's kit pulled up, the original pre-Zenkai kit. This character's actually not that old. This guy came out at the end of January in 2022, so he's not even 2 years old yet. So they're starting off with a bang here. I did mention in one of my videos that it's possible this guy does get a Zenkai, and the reason why is just because there's not really much to choose from in terms of summonable sparking characters to get Zenkais from the Frieza Saga, because there's just not that much in the game. So let's go ahead and check out what we got here. So remember, we have to subtract 13,000 here when we click this button because of the arts boost. Alrighty. So looks like he's going to be at around 287 strike, which is definitely not bad. Blast is a little lower. It's going to be at around, like, what is that, 268. And then defenses, he's going to be at actually a 190 strike defense and 191 to blast defense. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, let's take a look at his arts cards here. Okay, so strike and blast are the same. Nothing changed. Blue card, we have the Kaioken Kamehameha. So this deals major impact damage, restores own ki by 30 on activation. That's the same. Inflicts enemy that should be downgrade plus 20% to damage received for 15 counts on hit. That goes from strike damage received to just normal damage received. Okay. The green card is the Giant Swing. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Restores ki by 20. That's the same. 20% to damage inflicted for 20 counts. That actually changes from strike damage specifically to all damage. Then he gets 50% to ki recovery for 20 counts. That's the same. And then he gets cover and all for 10 counts. That already actually existed on this. And then, of course, you can combo this with Strike, Blast, Special Move. Oh, actually, they added Ultimates to this. Ultimates did not used to be on this green card effect. So you actually, I guess you technically could not combo Ultimates off of this green card prior to the Zenkai. That's weird. Okay. I mean, really not much of a difference here. The only thing they did was they changed this 20% damage from strike damage to all damage. Sure. All right, so far nothing too crazy, but again, this is not that old of a character, so I don't really expect there to be like some really drastic changes. I don't think that's going to happen. All right, main ability. Draws the Ultimate Arts card 20 times Kaioken Kamehameha next. 30% health and ki by 40. That is exactly the same. He gets his Vanish back by 100%, and then shortens subcount by 3 to self for 20 counts. So this literally... yeah, this actually did not change at all. This is the exact same main ability. I don't think the main ability really needed to change, but I mean, literally the same. They couldn't have given him like 50 ki instead of 40. Like, okay, sure. This guy's Z ability is actually really good. It's 3% to Sun Family strike arts damage, and then 35% to Saiyan or Frieza Saga strike attack and defense. Now, the nightmare scenario is if his Zenkai ability is green Frieza Saga. We do not want to see that. Although I actually think it's a pretty high chance that it is green Frieza Saga because this is the Frieza Saga episode campaign. I just really don't like when they do this. Why are they... why? Like, I don't like when they focus on these episode tags. I'm hoping for Saiyan or Sun Family on the Zenkai ability that will make this character a monstrous bench unit. It is Frieza Saga. All right, yeah, it would be. I can't even, off the top of my head, I literally can't think of a single character this guy is Zenkai buffing with this besides himself. Who's green Frieza Saga? Like EX green Vegeta? Like I don't know. The EX green Dodoria is who's this guy going to be Zenkai buffing? I mean, probably throughout this campaign, we will see different green Frieza Saga characters, but this could have been way better. This could have been Saiyan. This could have been Sun Family. All right, sure. Okay, so 50% damage inflicted against element purple. That's the same. Reduces damage received from element purple by 25%. That's the same. Falling effects occur every time this character uses a strike or a blast arts. Restores ki by 5. 15% damage inflict up to 45. Okay, so that actually goes up from 10%. It used to be 10% up to 40. Now it's 15% up to 45, sure. And then 5% to damage inflicted by allies up to 20. Sure, that's the same. Falling effects occur upon landing a strike arts hit. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10% to damage received for 15 counts. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 30% to health restoration for 15 counts. And then draws a strike arts card next, activates once, and then activation counts reset after character switches. So literally the only thing that's different about this entire unique ability is the fact that this jumps by, like, so it goes from 10% to 40%, or sorry, 10% up to 40% to 15% up to 45%. So it, instead of it taking 4 times for you to max it out, it's 3 times, which I think is actually quite good, but that's the only difference here. All right, second unique ability. Applies the following effects to self when this battle starts. Okay, this is a difference here. So he gets 70% damage now. It used to be 50. Okay, so we're giving him a bit more damage at the start of the fight, which is nice. Reduces damage received by 30%. Yeah, you can... This is not even a 2-year-old character. And he has 30% reduced damage received baseline. Now we have characters that have 70. That should tell you how absurd the offensive power creep is. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 30 and health by 10%. Okay, so him healing is actually new. He didn't heal himself prior to this. He gets 10% HP 3 times. He gets 30 ki up from 20 ki. And then he gets 25% damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. So that's new as well. No, sorry, that's not... Okay, so it used to be 15% damage for 15 counts. Now it's just permanently 25%, and it's uncancelable. That's good, because you just enter the battlefield once, and then he has a permanent damage buff like that. Okay. And then reduces damage received by 20%. That is also permanent. Okay, that used to be 20% for 10 counts. And then restores own vanishing gauge by 70% when this character performs a vanishing step, activates twice. Yep, that was there prior. All right, the new unique abilities. Following effects occur when this character performs a vanishing step. 40% to own key recovery for 10 counts. Card draw speed by 2 levels for 10 counts. Cannot be stacked. Okay. And then minus 5 to own strike and blast arts cost for 10 counts. Shortens allies sub count by 2. Activates 4 times. The reason why this is good, I usually am not the biggest fan of characters like getting buffs when they vanish, or like giving buffs to the team when they vanish, but the reason why this is good is because of this. He gets 70% of his vanish back twice. So you can stack all these up a bunch of times, or obviously you can't stack up the card draw speed and the cost reduction, but sub count down, you can activate a bunch of times in a row. You can get a bunch of extra key recovery. So like if you vanish someone and then you have a green card to give yourself cover null, like that could be a pretty strong combo for this Goku. Okay. And then the final unique ability here applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield if there is a defeated battle member. Okay, so that has to be a dead ally. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws the ultimate arts card 20 times. KAIOKEN Kamehameha next. Restores own health by 40% and ki by 40. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemies, destroy card effects for 15 counts. And then nullifies attribute downgrades in normal conditions for 15 counts. So if there's a dead ally and this guy enters the battlefield, he just draws an ultimate. That's interesting. And he actually destroys one of his own cards too. So if you have a dead ally and this guy enters the battlefield... So I guess what you want to do is you don't want like an ally to die, and then this guy like just enters the battlefield as like the next character coming in. You ideally would want to have an ally die, and then a different ally would be automatically swapped in, and then you could like combo into this guy force drawing an ultimate, and then you could just chain the ultimate in. Okay, interesting concept, I guess. So let's see how much damage is this guy getting just from his unique abilities. So he's stacking up to 45% and 20% because those both are applying to himself. So that's 65%. Then he gets 70% there, so that's 135. Then he gets 25% here, that's 160. Okay, I mean, it takes a little bit for him to get going, but I feel like with his stats being pretty good, remember, they're like, his strike stat is just under 290. Plus, he's going to have access to some pure equipment and some Zenkai buffs. Yeah, he actually could be pretty good, right? I mean, I think it's very clear they didn't go like all out with this guy's Zenkai because he's not that old, right? Sure, let's see. We'll see. We'll see how he fares. The only thing I'm pretty upset about is just the fact that they continue to push the episode like teams. Like, this is, I don't care what they do, this is never going to be a team unless they literally give us like 3 mega tier characters from the Frieza saga. By mega tier, I mean like they're all at least on the level of like the Cell that we just got, the LF Cell. If we get 3 characters as good as LF Cell, and then they give us like ridiculous equipment for Frieza Saga, and they give us a bunch of good Zenkai buffs for Frieza Saga, like, okay, at that point, sure, the team can be somewhat competitively viable, but I wish they would just stop trying to make like these episode teams work, because they will not work. They won't. Anyway, let's go take a look at what new equipment we have here. Over to the archive. We know at least that we have the Frieza equip. Because, oh, they gave us this is a normal gold equip, dude. This needs to be a unique equipment. Are you kidding me? This is like one of the most iconic scenes just in the series, when Goku opens the spaceship and he's standing there with the senzu beans on his waist. Like, this is when Goku arrives on Namek, and this is just a normal equip like this. Okay, sure. For Frieza Saga Z, we have 20% strike defense, 30% strike attack, and 10% HP. This is actually pretty good. This is a pretty good equipment. This has to be the PvP equipment, right? Probably. This is good, man. I usually am not a huge fan of a lot of the recent just like normal gold equips like this, but this is actually this is good. Solid equip here. Sure, I like that. And then I think we should just have the Frieza's unique equipment, I believe, because co-op is not resetting, and I don't think we have a new rush season this week. Here we go. All right, Frieza, what do we got? I'm not too optimistic about this. 16's equipment was very good, but the main reason why I liked it is just because he has a very unique mechanic with his self-destruct that he could be useful for. But a character like this yellow Frieza, I'm not really too optimistic here. We'll see, though. All right, so 25% HP. That's higher than normal. 25% HP, and it's also in slot 1, which is usually not what we see. 50% to base stats across the board. Let me just quickly check like yellow Goku Black. Yeah, 15% HP there. Okay, so it's a bit different than normal, what we see normally. Yeah, people are getting, characters are getting 15%. 16, I believe, got 30. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. But 25 is pretty damn good too. It's like that. All right, slot 2 is inflicted damage up to 50%. 50. And then up to 15% to pure strike attack and pure blast defense. If a battle member other than this character is Frieza Saga, Frieza Force, or powerful opponent. That's pretty good. That's not hard to activate at all. Like, if they had just made this Frieza Force, like they did with Buu, where it's like, oh, you have to run a Majin Buu Saga battle member to get this, that would have been annoying. But Frieza Force, of course, you have Goku and Frieza, or any powerful opponent character. Sure, this is pretty easy to get. 50% damage, huh? All right, what is slot 3 here? So 35% to blast damage inflicted against Saiyan. 30% strike damage inflicted after 10 timer counts. Card draw speed by 2 levels after 30 timer counts. And then restores own health by 50% when this character uses a main ability. 50%. Does he heal at all with his main? This character might be so... I'm gonna pull it up. This character might be so old to the point where he might not even heal at all with his main, in which case I would understand this. Let me just scroll all the way down. Where is he? There we go. Okay. Let's see. He does not. Yeah, he does not heal with his main ability, which is why they decided to do this for him. Okay. Now, the problem with this is similar to this blue Goku slot 3, right? He's getting this Goku's getting a bunch of buffs from the equipment after a certain amount of timer counts have elapsed. Like, it's actually a very similar setup to what the Frieza's getting. It does not say non-cancelable on these effects. So my worry is, you know, after 30 timer counts, you pick up double card draw speed. But at that point, the enemy can just cancel your buffs, and then you don't have it anymore forever, right? Every single one of these buffs, of course, looks like it's going to be cancelable because there's no cannot be canceled next to it. If we have, like, if we go to the 16's slot, right? Slot 3. Actually, it doesn't say anything there. Goku Black. I'm just trying to see, is there an example? Yeah, here we go. Right here. Applies the following effects to self when this character uses a special arts card. 60% damage inflicted cannot be canceled. So for like this yellow Goku Black, it does say cannot be canceled. I guess maybe it potentially could just be because it's tied to him doing a green card, but the fact that it doesn't say cannot be canceled on this character's third slot here, I'm scared that it's just going to be canceled. Like, all these buffs are just cancelable, which is not good in this meta because there's so many ways that buffs can be canceled. But actually looks like a pretty strong equipment. He's getting a lot of damage from slot 2. He's getting 25% HP in slot 1, and then if only these buffs weren't cancelable, I mean, he actually could be pretty decent. Double card draw speed, a bunch of strike damage. Huh. All right. I believe that's it. I believe that's everything that we're getting in... yeah, I haven't farmed this up yet. I'm waiting for a Bonanza because I need like 6 of those. Yeah, that's everything that we're getting for part 1, I guess. Not too crazy of a first week for the Frieza Saga celebration, but I believe next week we should be getting the, well, I guess, first major banner of the celebration, which should be an LF. So let me know down below what you guys think of the Zenkai Awakening for Green Kaioken Goku, the unique equipment for this yellow Final Form Frieza. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.